what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, welcome everybody. Full Frontal Sprint Car Series here from the Challenger Racing League. We're coming to you live from Newton, North Carolina, one of the most prestigious short tracks on the nation's circuit, where the lives of Ralph Earnhardt, Ned Jarrett, Junior Johnson, and more have claimed victories, and where NASCAR claims since 1951 that history has been created right here in Newton, North Carolina. I want to welcome everybody here to the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series as we are underway watching all these guys take on the track, and it is about time to conclude here at the we call it the practice session. Before we get to the quick qualifier award, before we do that, folks, we'll be right back. Going to pay some homage to our sponsors, and we'll be back and get the qualifying underway. Welcome everybody to Evolution Racing Network. My name is Riley Dell, and I'm glad to be here.
Casey's calling me over. Says
The story's on it. Who's
I
that?
have done. I got it. Oh my God, I'm back. Look at this bad boy.
All right, welcome back, folks. It is time to get this party started for heat number 1. And let's see if we can get a word with the quick qualifier tonight. Ryan Bean, Ryan up in the RM, but you got a copy.
Oh, I got you.
Hey, nice blistering lap tonight.
Yeah. Oh no,
Great
somebody's trying to
job. But I'm going to make it short and sweet. Do you think you can go out, keep it calm, keep out of the mess, and get the win tonight?
hit me. I almost had it last week. I just got to do what I didn't do last week, and yeah, we should be all right.
All right, brother. Well, good luck. Get out there and have some fun, and we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. That is your Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night. It looks like we're going to have one heat brought to you by Potter County Diggers. You just heard word from them before the race started here. And guys, this is going to be exciting tonight. We have got 10 cars, 40-lap feature, but right now this is set the grid. And Ryan Bean gets a great start right now. You see cars going everywhere. This is the problem you're going to see tonight. You got trouble already in the back. Remember, in the heat races, 8 laps, 12 minutes, and no caution. So these leaders are going to be coming around, and they're going to be coming around fast. If a lapped car or a car that has been wrecked or in trouble, like you see the 38 of James Catrone, they're making contact with Jerry Culver, they're going to have to get out of the way and get out of the way quick. Ryan Bean is making easy work of this. 6 laps to go. This will decide how the field will start for feature of the race. We've got cars flipping and flying everywhere. Craig Burns in the Pennzoil Yellow number 12. Harold Watkins in the 22. They can't decide which way is up. Jerry Culver sneaking through, the 2 of them there. These guys, and once these cars get damaged, boy, is it tough. Leaders are coming through right now, squeaking by. Harold Watkins doing somersaults. Hell, Craig Burns flying through the air again. This is getting ugly, folks. But this is just a precursor of the 40-lap feature you're going to see tonight. Holy smokes. These guys are all over the place. There's James Catrone, the one car that got in trouble early, doing a great job of staying out of the way. But right now, oh no, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. throwing it sideways, but Ryan Bean takes the white flag in the air right now for the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award. Comes around this time by. We'll take the checker flags, which means he will be starting on the front row in the pole position. We'll have another quick word with him after this thing is all over with. But right now, these guys have a lot of work to do. They got to go back to the pits, get their crew cranking on the wrenches and getting this thing going. Because right now, they're going to go into a basically 5-minute, if you will, warm-up session. Let's just call it what it is. You see the clock up there at 4 minutes and 48 seconds and counting. These guys are just going to go through and try to just get in as much practice as they can. What you're seeing doesn't mean that these guys don't know how to drive, that they're not good racers. All this means is this is such a difficult car to drive. That's it. These cars are so hard. They're so twitchy. They have so much throttle response. There's no way you can even get it close to going full throttle in any of these cars. But right now, they're getting warmed up out there. 4 minutes to go. We're going to throw it to the track. I'll let you guys take a look and watch these guys get warmed up for the next 4 minutes. Before we go to the grid, we'll have a chance to speak with Ryan Bean, the winner of the Potter County Diggers Heat Race number 1. And see how he feels about being the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night. Before we do that, we'll be right back and keep the action. Keep the camera on so you guys can watch all the action coming to you live. right, folks. Well, you got less than a minute left. Let's see if we can't get a word with Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean, this is Ryan up in the area, but you got to copy again one more time, brother.
Do got you. What's up?
Well, a little less pressure right now. We're sitting here watching you guys do your warm-up session.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I know. Well, hey, it is what it is. We're trying to explain to all the viewers out there that the winner of the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award and the winner of the Potter County Diggers Heat Race #1, that just because you're seeing a lot of chaos and a lot of carnage does not mean that they're not good drivers. Can you explain to the drivers how hard these cars are to drive?
Yeah. No, trust me. All these guys I race with in a bunch of other leagues. They are phenomenal drivers. But these specifically this car and this track, it'll bring out the worst in anybody, and arguably the best in anybody. This is not gonna be easy. I don't think I'm gonna have a clean race either.
Well,
I think you're lucky if you're clean. If you're clean, you're gonna win the race.
Well, I think a lot of guys will, and I just don't think that. I tried to explain it to people. I just don't think people understand how hard they are. But the race is getting ready to start. I'm sure we'll be talking to you at the end of this thing. Man, do your best. Get out there. Try to keep that car clean. That's going to be the winning ticket tonight. It's not going to be so much about speed as it is making sure that the car stays clean. So get out there. Have a great time tonight, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, big dog. Well, you heard it right there. Ryan Bean, the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award. Oh, you can hear the distress in his voice. But all that means, folks, it's time to go racing. Right now, 40 laps here from Newton, North Carolina. Let's talk about the race. Half-mile track established, or excuse me, a little less than a half mile, 0.34 miles to be exact. Newton, North Carolina, Hickory Motor Speedway, established 1951. The likes of Ned Jarrett, Ralph Earnhardt, Junior Johnson, some of NASCAR's Hall of Fame legends have made their names here. NASCAR's birthplace of racing right here in Newton, North Carolina from Hickory Motor Speedway. Nice and warm here tonight, so that is hurting a little bit of the grip that they have. Let's go take a look at how all your favorite drivers are starting tonight. Starting with, you just heard from me, the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night, Ryan Bean, also the winner of the Potter County Diggers Heat Race #1. Andrew Bogus on his outside. The Nemesis, those two guys have a very friendly rivalry all season long. Rusty Modesty and Kevin Zabladell starting up row 2. Row 3, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., Jerry Culver. Row 4, James Catrone, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr., and Craig Burns and Harold Watkins making up round number 5. We have 40 laps. Cautions are on. So all the carnage you saw during the heat race, that will stop the field, freeze it, and they will come in. They're not going to have to worry about fuel. Really not going to have to worry about tires tonight. Your top 5 in points as they stand right now: Andrew Bogus, Chad Biesinger, which is not here tonight, Harold Watkins, Ryan Bean, and Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. Right now, it's time to go racing, folks, because the iRacing.com pace car is in. Everybody is quick to get up to speed, but you got to remember how twitchy these cars are. We already see somebody, Rusty Modesty, turned it around. Will that bring out the caution? It will not. Lap 2 of 40. Let's go back up front and let's take a look at how the rest of this field is doing. Just because he's in trouble doesn't mean all these guys are going to be really struggling tonight with the handling of this car. A lot more horsepower than there is weight to slow it down. Man, the throttle control in these cars is going to be insane. You take a look right there. It's Kevin Zabladell getting around Ryan Bean, but Ryan Bean with the crossover coming to the inside, having to let out of the throttle. You see how quick that car jolts forward? And that's because a very little throttle, and you can just fly this car, but the problem is you can't control it. So you got to be so nimble and so soft on the throttle control. You got to drive it just like you do a woman. Nice and soft and slow. And sorry, YouTube, you're probably going to cancel me for this, but hell, who do I care? Nobody's watching anyways. I do have a very special shout out tonight to Sherry Culver. I know today This week is a very difficult week for the Culver family, for Jerry, for Sherry, for everybody. We have got our first caution. We'll come back to that here in just a second. But I think our second place car, let's go back to the ERN replay booth. Yellow and blue running third. Kevin Zabladell in the Camping World 17. Coming off the corner there, coming off 4. Just gets a little too much. Gets hung up in the inside wall. Can't get that car moved. We'll have to get a tow. And that is going to set him back. We'll have to see how many laps that will put him down. But here we are under caution. Less than 10 laps into a 40-lap feature tonight. But I want to get back to what I was talking about. Sherry is one of our top fans. She's always in, always talking, chatting it up, and watching every single one of Evolution Racing Network's broadcasts, whether it's an RSR, Adrenaline, ARCA, Wallbangers, Next Gen, man, you name it. She is there. Sherry lost her oldest son, Jerry's brother, and a year ago this week. And my heart and my condolences, and everybody, Michael Sheffield, Steve, Craig, Kevin, David, everybody that puts time and effort into these leagues and these broadcasts. You know, we laugh and we joke, but when the reality comes to it, we're all family. We really are. We're from all across the country, all walks of life, and we're all family. And I could not imagine losing one of my kids and the pain and the hurt that would inflict on me and my family. I can tell you this, my mom did. I lost my older brother many years ago, and I watched my mom go through it, Sherry. So you are not alone, and all you can do is pray, and all you can do is seek comfort in those that that cannot be there for you right now. So, sweetheart, we love you, and man, if there's anything you need, you know you have a much bigger family than what you have up there in Tacoma, Washington. So to you, to Jerry, who is driving tonight in the 13, sitting in third spot, our hearts go out, and our thoughts and condolences go out to the entire Culver family and everybody affected by that. It was a very tough deal a year ago. I remember it when it happened, and it can't get any easier. So the iRacing.com pace car taking a hard left-hand turn. We are about to be back underway. 2, 4, 6, 8 cars. 2 still in the pits. Kevin Zabladell, Rusty Modesty. The rest of these guys are back out on track. You take a look. Andrew Bogus getting the lead. Ryan Bean hunting him down right behind him. Jerry Culver in a solid third-place finish. James Catrone and Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., Craig Burns, first-timer here to the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. Not a first-timer to anybody in Evolution. This is one of our admins in the ERL Series. Coming over here, taking a shot at Sprint Cars. Harold Watkins, he is out there as well. Those guys all on the lead lap, clicking off laps as they can. You see Andrew and Ryan both running very different lines. But again, this track and this car, it's not about putting the foot to the floor and just trying to get the best line and the best tire management, what you're used to hearing on a broadcast. It just isn't. I mean, it's insanity. These cars are so fast. As you see the 71 of Andrew Bogus get into the wall right there, and he is so lucky that car did not shoot down to the inside, and does an incredible job of keeping that car going straight. In fact, does the crossover to Ryan Bean, and I'm not sure if that was Ryan gifting him that spot or if Andrew is just that damn good, but damn, he's good. We've got Craig Burns going to pit road now as well. Looks like Craig Burns has crashed. Let's go to the ERN replay booth. You see right there, he's coming off the corner in front of Harold Watkins. Takes it down. You got to feather that throttle so much, it just gives it too many beans. Same exact thing. We've seen that happen so much tonight. But back up front, it is Andrew Bogus still leads, but Ryan Bean all over him. These two guys are going to have challenges before this thing is all over with. Let's go to the Goodyear Blimp Cam so we can get you a good idea of the driving line here at Hickory Motor Speedway. You see both of them come off, but man, you got to be so careful not to come off too hot, too heavy, because it will take you right to the wall. And there is no real straightaways. They're not long enough for you to really get up to speed and challenge. This is like one big circle when it comes to driving in the sprint cars. You see, as quick as they get the car straightened out, they're going right back into the corner. So that is amazing. But the battle up front is insane. Got James Catrone, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr., Jerry Culver having troubles, has lost all the way back to 5th. And here's the thing, the key to tonight, as we go 15 laps to go, it's not going to be up there and battling and how fast can I go. It's keeping all 4 wheels on the track, keeping the car going straight and staying out of trouble. You can really back your pace off and do it safely, and you will have a good solid finish. But these two up here right now, whew, man, they are flying and they are battling it out. It is crazy how fast these guys are going right now. But Ryan Bean all over the rear bumper or Nerf bar, if you will, of the 71 of Andrew Bogus. Man, he is he's trying to get the inside of that to stick, but Andrew is just not allowing. This is probably the best battle we have seen all season long, as we only have, well, let's go take a look. Bob Fitzpatrick Sr., we've only got 6 drivers left on the lead lap. And let's go back to the Goodyear blimp cam, because I want to show you something. There is your leaders. Look how close they are to lapping 6th place. Half a lap. Well, that sounds like a lot, but here, that is not. But watch the different lines these two guys are doing. They're bobbing and weaving, crossover, slide job, slide job. Everything they can. Ryan is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this guy to try to get around him, but I don't know that he's going to be able to do it. He is getting right to him. He just cannot get around him, and that's the thing with this track. You are going to struggle so much. And the only thing he can do is throw it in and hit him and wreck him. But you're not going to see that out of Andrew Bogus, Ryan Bean, or any of these guys for that matter, because they're just cleaner, more respectful drivers than what you're used to seeing. We're already 6 laps to go. We're back under caution, and oh no, Sherry, I hate to say it, Jerry Culver, let's go to the ERN replay booth. Jerry Culver doing a great job. He was running 5th at the time. Comes down the straightaway, and he just hits that bump. Loses control, makes contact with the wall, almost makes contact with Senior, but does a great job of keeping it out of the path, brings out the caution, and nonetheless, we are under caution. Once again, 5 to go, 4 laps to go this time by, and I have a feeling this will take us to our green-white checker. Woo-wee! I am so excited. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Jerry, I hope you're watching, because the good news is hopefully Jerry is still out on the track, and he is, and he's on the lead lap, I think. Maybe not. Let's see. No, Jerry Culver 1 lap down. So, since he was involved in that, he won't get the lucky dog. He'll go take it to pit road, get some of that damage repaired, get back out there. But if we get one more caution, guess what? He will get the lucky dog, be back on the lead lap. But the good news is he's still holding in 6th position. Let's go through the field real quick. Andrew Bogus right here from Shelby Township, Michigan. He is up front. Ryan Bean, your pole sitter, he's in 2nd. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. right there behind him. And don't look now, Harold Watkins in the 22 as Ryan Bean goes to the high side. He's trying to make it stick. Can he? Cannot get the grip. He needs to get the speed off corner exit. Now Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. comes in and they tap. Gets him a little loose. Now Bob takes 2nd place. Oh boy, this is going to get interesting, because we are over, folks. That's it. Andrew gets the win. Bob gets 2nd. Ryan Bean gets 3rd. And Full sends it into the rack of tires. Harold Watkins getting 4th, and 5th will be Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. Holy smokes. Andrew Bogus be getting him a 1st place finish tonight. Congratulations to Andrew Bogus. Wow, what an incredible finish here tonight at Hickory Motor Speedway. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Well, folks, let's see if we can't get a word with a few of these guys. Ryan, this is Ryan up in the ERA booth. How are you, brother?
Oh, I'm good.
Hey, so my question is, who is getting their ass kicked first, Bob or Bob?
Shit, I'll tell you what, man. God, man, I was the whole race. I knew I was quicker, but I don't like people being behind me at a track like this. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm quicker. I'm gonna just stay behind him and make my move with like 5 to go.
Yeah. Oh,
And I was trying to do it, and Bob, you made a mistake. He told me, you just went in too hot, and that's racing. But I think I definitely was setting up a really good move there, and I think I would have had him. But it is what it is.
what an incredible finish, man. Was we got Extreme Sim TV chiming in tonight saying, hey, guys, what an incredible finish. And I don't think we do it justice trying to describe the throttle control that you have to have in these cars on any track, much less a track like Hickory where you never really go straight for that long.
Yeah, I don't think I may have been full throttle maybe once or twice tonight.
That's
But,
impressive.
yeah. I mean, it tonight was all about the right foot, and if you can turn right, then just to save the car. But man, that was a lot of fun.
Well, great job on a third place finish tonight. I know it wasn't what you wanted, but nonetheless, you got a good finish tonight. And before we let you get out and go celebrate with the team, I want to give you an opportunity to give any shout out, sponsor plugs. The mic is yours, my friend.
Yeah, first Rusty and all the guys in this league. It's awesome, fun racing. We're getting better every week, and I love to see it. It's a lot of fun racing now, and you up in the booth and everybody at ERN, man, you guys are the best. Everybody watching, and yeah, that's all I got. Can't wait for next week.
All right, brother. We'll see you then. Have a great week.
Thank you, you too.
All right. That was Ryan Bean right there, your second place or your third place finisher, Ryan Bean. Explaining just how hard it is to drive. But let's go up and let's talk to our second place finisher tonight. Sometimes you just have to move the little SOBs out of the way to get the job done. And that's what this guy did. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. from the big old upstate Indiana. How we doing, brother?
Doing good, doing good.
Well, explain to me that ending there, if you will.
Well, it wasn't the plan. I just overdrove. And Ryan was probably setting up for a run, and I entered too low and drove it in too deep. I was on the brakes about as hard as I could before I would lose it, but just gave him a little tap. But I guess that happens,
Well, it does. In these cars, we try to explain to the viewers so much tonight how hard they are to drive. There is no full throttle and just trying to make it stick and manage your tires. It's not like driving a stock car. It is so much of knowing how much throttle to use, how much turning to do. It was incredible that you were able, 6 of the 10 of you guys were able to finish a race on the lead lap because, hell, I couldn't finish 2 laps when I went out for a practice run tonight. So, impressive, but great finish tonight for you and your dad, for that matter. He finished in 5th tonight, so great job for the Fitzpatricks tonight. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you an opportunity to give any shout-out, sponsor plugs. The mic is yours.
It's just Rusty putting this on. It's a fun little league, and you and the broadcast booth, and the wife letting me do this, and it's a good time on Thursdays.
Awesome. Well, brother, have a great week, and we'll be talking to you next week.
Yep, later.
All right. Right there, you heard it from your man, the guy that finished second. He said he didn't mean to push him out of the way, but hell, he just had to. I couldn't say that I wouldn't want to do the exact same thing if I was in his position, but these cars are so hard to drive. But there's one driver that did not have a problem tonight, and that's the guy that we have not been able to get a hold of because of technical issues the last couple of weeks. Tonight's winner, Andrew Bogus, in the number 71 from Shelby Township, Michigan, coming home victorious tonight once again, but it wasn't easy because you had a Ryan Bean on your butt the entire time trying to find a way around you. Andrew, how did you do it?
Man, I knew Ryan was faster than me, so I just stuck what I'd get. I didn't know if he was gonna dive bomb it into the turns or run high and try to make something work on the high side, but I just ran low all the way through there. Even if the corners were on a point, I still ran low and tried to gas it as much as I could down the straightaway. Hickory is, personally, is one of my favorite tracks on iRacing. I'm glad they added it. It reminds me of the Berlin Raceway, which is one of my home tracks, and it's pretty cool to win another league race here on Hickory Motor Speedway.
Man, you guys made it look easy, but I tried to explain to the viewers so much how hard it was to drive these cars on this track. But great job tonight on putting together a start to finish race that really makes you come out on top. That puts you came in tonight in the points lead. You'll leave tonight in the points lead with 2 wins for the season. And you know, you only had a 1-point lead coming into tonight. Chad Biesinger was not here this evening. So not only that, but with your win tonight, and they just posted it, that will put you 26 points ahead of Ryan Bean in second place. So coming into the next few weeks is going to be interesting because, man, it could really be anybody's race any given week. Next week, you guys head to the elusive Martinsville Speedway. Tell me what your thoughts are about that.
I got to be honest with you, Ryan. I will not be racing next weekend on Thursday. I'm going to be at a racing in a national event in real life. It's an indoor event called the Rumble in Fort Wayne. It is
Know
going to be in Fort
exactly
Wayne,
what it
India.
is. My son races outlaw sprint kart, so we are in the middle of our
Yes.
indoor series. So very familiar with that, man. So tell us about that. Who's your sponsor? What kind of car are you driving? Who you driving for?
So I will be driving for myself. We are going to be running the flat cart class, the junior clone class, and the Rumble in Fort Wayne, they've been running since the early 2000s, been running midgets, micro midgets, to go-karts, to quarter midgets. Tony Stewart and a bunch of his guys that own Eldora Speedway, they put on the show every year. It's a great show. We love coming down there. I've raced there in quarter midgets. My best finish was 5th, but last year they didn't have it because of COVID.
Right.
But this year is going to be the 23rd running, and this time I will be racing go-karts. So I
Well,
wanna thank
hey,
a bunch of
talk about your sponsors because I know that's a huge deal.
Definitely. I want to give a shout out to Fast Company Motorsports, Premier Racing Chassis, because those are the carts I will be running.
Ooh.
Special thanks to those guys. They're really great guys down in Emporia, Virginia. Hermie Sadler and Ken Hodges and Robin Bradshaw. They put out some great carts. Especially also want to thank Jack's Wax, Car Wax of Detroit, Michigan, Leslie Tire Service, Eddie Sachs Racing Driver Developmental Program,
There you
and
go.
everybody else, All-Star Performance, and everybody else that contributes and helps on for our race team, and hopefully we can go get some wins over there. It will be live broadcasted also.
Oh, well, brother, you know I'll be watching. We're racing this weekend as well. Don't know if you know, but my oldest son raced for 9 years in Outlaw Karts Junior 1, 2, 3, unrestricted. My youngest son, 7 years old, is running the Junior 1 clone wing kart right now. So that is on my bucket list, is to go to that race, to Red Bluff, Millbridge, and that. Coming from Oklahoma, it's a little difficult to get to certain areas of, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, but that is definitely on my bucket list. Maybe in the next year or two, we'll have to hook up and come up there and just race together because it is an incredible event. Now, is Race Pass or Flow Racing, do you know, Racing Dirt? Who is, how can somebody watch you if they want to watch you?
The races will be live broadcasted on Pit Road TV. The races will be on December 17th, December 18th on Friday and Saturday.
Nice. Well, make sure that you go out to Pit Road TV and check out Andrew Bogus. And what's the car number?
The car number is number 17. Look
17.
for the white Pontiac. I got a Pontiac right on the front of the nose of the cart.
Well,
Just for some reason, those flat carts, the way that the nose swoops down, it always
looks like a
Pontiac
Grand
to me.
Prix, Grand Am, the old
my
school.
first- Yes, definitely. So my first year running these carts, I told the guy who does our graphics for our carts, I said put a Pontiac logo on it because I think it will really tie in the whole body of the cart.
Well, I'll be definitely watching. We're racing this weekend. We're off next weekend, so I'll definitely be watching and rooting for you. And man, it's been an absolute honor to watch you for the last few races and watch your racecraft and the way you race these guys with such respect and yet not giving it up to them. So great job on another victory number 2 this season in the full frontal sprint car series brought to you by the Challenger Racing League. So before we get you out of here, I know it's your first time getting interviewed here in the podium. I want to make sure that you get an opportunity to give any sponsor shout outs, plugs, I love yous, thank yous. The mic is yours, Andrew.
Yes, definitely want to thank Fast Company Motorsports, Premier Racing Chassis, All-Star Performance, Blast and Performance Specialties, Eddie Sachs Racing Driver Elemental Deal, Jack Swack's Car Club of America, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, brother, good luck next week, and I hope you bring home some hardware. If not, have a great experience. Get to meet a lot of people, shake a lot of hands. Networking is a lot of what those races are all about. Go-kart racing is never a sustained part, but it's always a stepping stone into the next part of your career. So good luck there. We'll be watching and rooting for you, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you in a couple of weeks.
Tony Stewart, and from what I heard, Ken Schrader might be going down to the Rumble in Fort Wayne. So, yeah, we'll see you guys.
You know Hermie's going to be there because Hermie's got a lot of chassis out there running, so he's going to be there repping well.
He told, from what he told us, is that he's a little busy back down in Emporia, Virginia, running his business, so he probably won't be over there.
Well, between that and the restaurant, I wouldn't doubt it. This is the hot time of the year for him. Everybody's ordering their new chassis for next year. So, well, good luck next week, and we'll be rooting for you, brother.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, that's your first place finisher tonight, folks. Andrew Bogus in the 71. Make sure you go root him on next week as he takes it on at Pit Road TV. Go check it out. Well, right now, let's go and show you what all the cartage ended up being like for the results right here at Hickory Motor Speedway. If it will come up, there we go. Andrew Bogus coming home first. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. in second. Ryan Bean in third. Harold Watkins coming home in fourth in the 22. Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. in the 48 coming home fifth. Jerry Culver coming home sixth. James Catrone seventh. Craig A. Burns, the fan favorite, coming out in eighth. Kevin Zabladell in ninth. And Rusty Modesty in the sixth car coming home 10th. That is how your grid finished it up. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight over here on Evolution Racing Network on YouTube. If you like what you saw or you want to support the drivers that you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like it, comment, share, follow, do all you gotta do. And don't forget about on Tuesday nights, we'll be live on for the RSR Winter Series. We've got 2 races left. We're deep into the playoffs. So round of 8 next week on Tuesday night. And this is over on our Facebook page. And then in a week and a half, a week from Tuesday, be the championship race at Homestead. Make sure to check us out on Facebook as well at Evolution Racing Network. Lastly, but certainly not least, make sure that if you see an active or a retired military personnel, somebody that has served or is no longer serving, make sure you tell them how much you thank them and appreciate them. Without them doing what they do, we could not do what we do, and that's something that's very near and dear to our hearts here at Evolution Racing Leagues and Evolution Racing Network. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Have a great race, and have fun this week, folks. It's the holiday season. Chipper out. Talk to y'all soon.